answer. If a student and school are identified, the question will be thrown out. If the answer is incorrect, I'll repeat the question for the opposing team. Players will have 4 seconds from the time I stop reading the question to buzz in. Once you buzz, you must answer immediately. During the first reading of the question, players are not allowed to confer with teammates. If the first team answers incorrectly, the second team may confer, but you still must signal and be recognized. Any question regarding the correctness of an answer will be decided by the judge. An appeal of a decision may be made only by the team coach to the judge and only during the break or immediately following the competition. Should a team be answering a question when the time for the period is called, they will be allowed to complete the answer. In the case of a tie at the end of the second period, one sudden death question will be asked to determine the winner. Are there any questions? Well, good luck, and let's begin the competition. To what general class of musical instruments do the following belong? Cymbals, drums?
Avon, Diana, percussion.
That's correct. Boris Badenov and Natasha Nogudnik are the arch enemies of what two famous heroes?
Warsaw, Justin.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Rocky and Bullwinkle, correct. A math question. A post, which is 6 feet high, casts a shadow 3 feet long. How long a shadow will be cast by a nearby pole, which is 100 feet long?
Warsaw, Derek. I'm sorry. Can't see the light. 50 feet.
50 feet, correct answer. What is the number of degrees north latitude at the North Pole?
Warsaw, Thad. Cool.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Avon. What is the number of degrees north latitude of the North Pole?
Avon, Jennings.
90 degrees.
90 is correct. What adjective is most often associated with the special kinds of parts which Eli Whitney produced to make
Warsaw, Justin.
Interchangeable.
interchangeable? Correct. Immigrants to California in the gold rush of 1849 were collectively
Avon, David.
The 49ers.
the 49ers. Correct. Hydrogen and oxygen react to produce water. How many molecules of water are produced by the reaction of 20 atoms of hydrogen?
Avon, David.
10 is correct. Another math question. A random sampling in a factory shows that 7% of the items produced will be defective. What is the expected number of defective items out of a sample of 500 items?
Avon, Jennings.
35, correct. Any stream or creek that flows into a larger river is known as a
Warsaw, Justin.
tributary, correct. What historical group of people was led by William Bradford?
Warsaw, Justin.
The Quakers.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat for Avon. What historical group of people was led by William Bradford?
Avon, Jeff.
Pilgrim's correct answer. What did Androcles do for a lion in Aesop's fables?
Warsaw, Justin.
Remove a thorn from his foot.
Remove the thorn. Thank you. In what organ of the human body does the carbon dioxide-oxygen exchange occur?
Warsaw, Thad.
Lungs.
Lungs, correct answer. What word meaning a kind of jail is derived from Latin and French words meaning to repent?
Warsaw, Thad.
Prison.
That's incorrect. Repeat the question for Avon. What word meaning a kind of jail is derived from Latin and French words meaning to repent or a feeling of guilt or remorse?
Avon, David.
Stockade.
That's incorrect. Also, correct answer, penitentiary. What is the common name for childhood diseases correctly known as rubella and rubeola? Good time up. Measles. Next question. The largest island of the West Indies is
Avon, David.
Cuba.
Cuba, correct. Which level of classification in biology goes between phylum and order?
Avon, David.
Class. Class is correct. How many medians does a triangle have? Correct answer, 3. Creatures which once lived on Earth but no longer exist.
Warsaw, Derek. I'm sorry, Justin.
Extinct.
Extinct, correct answer. From what state was the American who ended up at Warwick Castle with King Arthur's court, according to the story by Mark Twain?
Avon, David.
Ohio.
That's incorrect. Repeat the question for Warsaw. From what state was the American who ended up at Warwick Castle with King Arthur's court, according to the story by Mark Twain? Correct answer, Connecticut. What remained in Pandora's box after the opening?
Warsaw, Justin.
Hope is correct. The following nouns would be classified into what category? Saks Fifth Avenue, Midway Island.
Avon, David.
Proper nouns.
Proper nouns, correct. And that's the end of our first 4-minute round. Let me review the rules for the bonus round, and then we'll be looking for categories from you. There will be one bonus round each period. We will begin each game with 4 topics. Each topic consists of 6 questions. During the first round, the team with the lowest score will choose one of the topics. Only that team, through its captain, will respond to each question with the usual time span of 4 seconds. Each correct question is worth 10 points. All 6 questions answered correctly will add a 20-point bonus. The opposing team will have the opportunity to answer any question incorrectly answered or passed. The second team will then select from the remaining 3 topics, following the same sequence as above. During the second period, the process will be reversed. Teams, you should now designate your captains. Captain for Warsaw, Justin, okay, and captain for Avon, Jenny. 4 categories for this bonus round that you see are Indian words, the skeletal system, fairy tales, and mountains. The unofficial score at this time, Warsaw 80 and Avon with 90. So Warsaw, your choice. Fairy tales. Name the fairy tale from the given clue. Begin. A huge stack of mattresses. That's correct. A young bird is mocked by his family of ducks. That's correct. A stepmother and a poisoned apple. Correct. An awakening kiss.
Sleeping Beauty.
Sleeping Beauty, correct. A red hooded cloak.
Little Red Riding Hood.
That's correct. And a pumpkin becomes a carriage.
Cinderella.
Cinderella. All correct answers, and Warsaw, 20-point bonus. Avon, Captain Jenny.
The skeletal system.
The skeletal system. In this category, for each bone, you're going to tell whether it is located in the torso, the arms, or the legs. Begin. The femur.
Arms.
That's incorrect. The ulna. Arms is correct. Clavicle. Torso is correct. Pelvis. Torso is correct. Humerus. Arms correct. Vertebrae. Torso correct. I have Avon receiving 5 correct answers, and the incorrect one goes to Warsaw. For each bone, tell whether it's located in the torso, the arms, or the legs. The femur. Legs correct answer. So Warsaw picks up an additional few points there. All right, we're ready to begin the next 4-minute round. Begin. What is the name for the first formal address given by a president at the beginning of his term of office?
Warsaw Fed.
Inauguration.
Inaugural address? Yes. What is the subject of this poem? They have 4 eyes. The 2 in the back are red. Sometimes you can see a 5-eyed one with a red eye turning on the top of its head.
Avon, David.
A police car?
I'm going to accept that. It's automobiles in general, but it was describing a police car. Next question. Who is the author of Swiss Family Robinson?
Warsaw Fed.
Herbert Louis Stevenson.
That's incorrect. Repeat the question for Avon. Who is the author of Swiss Family Robinson?
Avon, David.
Robinson Crusoe.
Incorrect. Jonathan Weiss. Correct answer. Next question. Economists say that the equilibrium price has occurred when the supply equals the
Warsaw Justin.
The demand.
demand. Correct. Math question. 15% of 50 is what?
Avon, Jenny.
7.5.
7.5. Correct. The monarchs of Castile-Leon and Aragon married and united to create what is now the nation of Spain. Who were these monarchs remembered for their close relationship to the voyages of Christopher Columbus?
Warsaw Justin.
King Ferdinand and Queen Isabel.
Correct answers, Ferdinand and Isabella. Montevideo is to Uruguay as what is to Venezuela? Correct answer, Caracas. Name the state which borders Colorado to the west.
Warsaw Christine.
Utah.
Utah, correct answer. This planet has krypton and methane in its atmosphere. Its largest meteor crater is 3.2 kilometers in diameter. Its polar diameter is 12,755 kilometers. And it has 2 polar ice caps.
Warsaw Fed.
Mars.
It's incorrect. Repeat the question for Avon. This planet has krypton and methane in its atmosphere. Its largest meteor crater is 3.2 kilometers in diameter. Its polar diameter is 12,755 kilometers. It has 2 polar ice caps. Name it.
Avon, Diana.
Jupiter.
That's also incorrect. It's the Earth. Yes. Next question is a math question. How many square yards are there in 90 square feet?
Avon, Jenny.
30.
It's incorrect. Repeat the question for Warsaw. How many square yards are there in 90 square feet?
Warsaw Christine.
45.
That's also incorrect. Correct answer is 10. The consecutive angles found in a parallelogram are blank.
Avon, David.
Attached.
It's incorrect. Repeat the question for Warsaw. The consecutive angles found in a parallelogram are what?
Warsaw Justin.
Congruent.
That's also incorrect. It's supplementary. They add up to 180 degrees. The Mojave Desert is located in what state?
Warsaw Justin.
No answer because that was the end of the round. Okay. At this time, the unofficial score is Warsaw 200 and Avon 160. We're going to take a short break to change teams and confirm that score.
Avon Central School District is located in the village of Avon, about 20 miles south of Rochester. The setting is essentially rural, with many large, prosperous farms. A large percentage of the population commutes to work in the Rochester area, making the district seem a more and more rural suburban district. Avon Central School, the home of the Braves, has an enrollment of about 1,000 students in grades K through 12, with 450 students in the junior-senior high school. Avon's current graduating classes number in the 80s. The sports program at Avon is well-rounded for both men and women. There are junior varsity and varsity programs available in most sports. Avon teams have always been competitive and known for their sportsmanship. Several sectional and league championship banners adorn the walls of the gymnasium. Academically, Avon's curriculum is quite traditional. The program offers college preparatory subjects in both Regents and non-Regent tracks. A wide variety of business subjects are offered, and majors are also available in art, music, technology, and drafting. Acceleration is offered in math and science. Students may take advanced biology and Spanish 4 and receive college credit from St. John Fisher College in Rochester. Generally speaking, there seems to be an orderly, interested learning atmosphere. The school enjoys a good academic reputation with other schools in the area and with many colleges and universities. Approximately 60 to 65% of Avon seniors go on to higher education. This figure has remained constant for the last several decades.
Warsaw Central School is nestled in the rural community of Warsaw, New York, located 40 miles between Buffalo and Rochester. Warsaw is the county seat with a mixture of employment. Warsaw Central School is a combination of grades kindergarten through 12. The high school curriculum is a traditional college preparatory program, including French, Spanish, computers, and pre-calculus. Regents and general levels are offered with vocational programs available through BOCES. The extracurricular programs range from interscholastic sports to traditional and academic clubs. The fine arts program includes both music and drama. WCS is an active foreign exchange host school with students from several countries attending school. Warsaw is proud of the 60% of graduating seniors who attend higher educational institutions, proving that Warsaw plays a vital role in our future.
The official score at this time, Warsaw 210 and Avon 160. And now we're going to meet the students who are participating in the second half of this competition. From Warsaw.
Emma Jackson.
Brandon Zeaches. Aaron Brooks. Mickey Rogers.
And from Avon Central.
Greg Schluchter.
Rachel Shear.
Brian Teeter.
Tanner Welch.
All right, are we ready to begin the 4-minute competition? Begin. Math question. What is the square root of 2,500?
Warsaw, Aaron.
500.
It's incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Avon. What is the square root of 2,500?
Avon, Brian.
50.
50, correct answer. The popular names, respectively, for the armies of the North and South during the Civil War refer to the colors of their uniforms.
Avon, Brian.
Blues and grays.
Blue and gray are correct. The ilium is the lower part of the what?
Warsaw, Mickey.
What?
That's incorrect. Repeat for Avon. The ilium is the lower part of what?
Avon, Greg.
That's also incorrect. Correct answer, the small intestine. Another math question. A central angle has a measure of 70 degrees. Its intercepted arc has the measure of how many degrees?
Avon, Brian.
140.
That's incorrect. Repeat the question for Warsaw. A central angle has a measure of 70 degrees. Its intercepted arc has a measure of how many degrees?
Warsaw, Brandon.
110.
That's also incorrect. It's also 70 degrees. Name the 4 planets which are distinguished by their large volumes, their large masses, their low densities.
Avon, Tanner.
Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus.
Those are correct. These instruments in the 17th century France were known as eunuch flutes. What is the present name of these small tubular instruments into which the performers hum?
Avon, Tanner.
Kazoo.
Kazoo is correct answer. John and Priscilla Alden journeyed to America aboard what vessel?
Warsaw, Brandon.
Mayflower.
Mayflower, correct. Name the Greek mythical creatures which were half man and half...
Avon, Tanner.
Centaur.
Centaur, correct answer. Name the section of a newspaper in which columns of advertisements are categorized.
Warsaw, Brandon.
Classifieds?
Classified, correct. It ran between New York and Albany in 1807. It was the first successful steamboat. Name it. Correct answer, Claremont. What is the 5-letter word which is often used as a mnemonic device for remembering the names of the Great Lakes?
Warsaw, Emma. Holmes.
Holmes is correct. Name the layer of the atmosphere which extends about 40 miles above the troposphere.
Warsaw, Brandon.
Ozone?
That's incorrect. Repeat the question for Avon. Name the layer of the atmosphere which extends about 40 miles above the troposphere.
Avon, Brian.
The thermosphere?
That's also incorrect. Stratosphere. Answer they're looking for. Abraham Lincoln was president of the United States at the same time that who was president of the Confederate States?
Avon, Brian.
Davis?
Davis, correct. What kind of document is produced by a city government which estimates how much it will spend?
Brian, Avon.
A budget?
A budget is correct. A certain standard bar was intended to be 1/10,000,000th of the distance from the equator to the north. It's the end of our first round. Unofficially, we have a score of Warsaw 240 and Avon 230. We're going to be ready for our bonus round, and since Warsaw went first last time, Avon, it's your choice. And I need a captain. Who's Captain Warsaw? Rachel.
Oh, this is Avon.
I'm sorry, Avon. Which category?
Mountains.
Okay, mountains. You're to identify the following mountains or mountain ranges. Begin. The mountains which form the border between France and Italy.
Alps.
Alps is correct. The second highest and longest mountain chain in the world.
Rockies.
That's incorrect. The mountain chain known as the backbone of Italy. It's too much time. The mountains in the Soviet Union that are considered to be the dividing line between Europe and Asia. That's an incorrect answer. North America's highest mountain range?
Rocky Mountains.
Rockies, correct. The highest mountain range in the world?
Himalayas.
Himalayas, correct answer. Okay, I have Avon with 3 correct answers. These were the missed or passed questions. Warsaw, your captain is? Brandon. Identify the following mountain or mountain ranges. The second highest and longest mountain chain in the world.
Alps.
That's incorrect. Correct answer was the Andes. The mountain chain known as the backbone of Italy.
Alps.
That's also incorrect. It's the Apennines. And the mountains of the Soviet Union that are considered to be the dividing line between Europe and Asia.
The Ural.
Ural Mountains, correct answer. So Warsaw, you pick up 10 points. Warsaw, your set of bonus questions. Indian words. You're going to be identifying from the definition each of the following American Indian words. Begin. A ceremony used to invoke divine aid to have success in battle or aid in hunting, usually accompanied by feasting, incantations, and dancing.
Don't know.
Okay, past question. An earth-covered dwelling of the Navajos.
Adobe.
That's incorrect. A dome-shaped shelter of arched poles overlaid with hides, mats, bark, or leaves.
Longhouse.
That's incorrect. Purple or white beads used as a medium of exchange.
Wampum.
Wampum, correct answer. Lean dried meat, usually deer meat, pounded into a powder and mixed with fat, dried fruits and berries?
Jerky.
That's incorrect. And primitive sled with two poles joined by a frame and pulled by an animal?
Travel.
I'm sorry, I just didn't hear it correctly.
Travel.
It's an incorrect answer. All right, repeat the missed or past questions for Avon. Rachel. A ceremony used to invoke divine aid, to have success in battle, or aid in hunting, usually accompanied by feasting, incantations, and dancing.
Festival.
That's incorrect. Powwow. An earth-covered dwelling of the Navajos.
Pueblo.
That's incorrect. Correct answer, a hogan. A dome-shaped shelter of arched poles overlaid with hides, mats, bark, or leaves.
Teepee.
That's incorrect. Correct answer, a wigwam. Lean dried deer meat pounded into a powder mixed with fat, dried fruits or berries. No idea. Okay. Pemmican. And the primitive sled with two poles joined by a frame and pulled by an animal.
Dog sled.
That's incorrect. It's a travois. All right. Okay. So I don't have Avon picking up any at that point. And we'll go back to the next 4-minute round. Our team's ready. Begin. What two seas bound Europe to the north?
Warsaw, Mickey.
The North Sea and the Mediterranean.
It's incorrect. I'll repeat for Avon. What two seas bound Europe to the north? It's our time. Correct answer is Baltic and North Seas. The main function of a protractor is for the measurement of what?
Avon, Tanner.
Angles.
Angles, correct answer. What is the meaning of the Latin root word in these terms? Novitiate, renovate, novelty, innovation.
Avon, Brian.
New is correct. Math question. A tossed coin happens to land heads up 8 times in a row. What's the probability that it will land tails up on its...
Avon, Tanner.
8 times. 8 to 8. It'll 8 times tails over. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's an incorrect answer. I'll repeat for Warsaw. A tossed coin happens to land heads up 8 times in a row. What's the probability that it will land tails up on its 9th toss?
1/2.
1/2, 50%, correct. You exhale onto a mirror. What is the correct term?
Warsaw, Aaron.
Vapor.
That's incorrect. Repeat the question for Avon. You exhale onto a mirror. What's the correct term for what happens to the water vapor included in your breath?
Avon, Tanner.
Condensation.
Condensation, correct. Annual plants live for 1 growing season. Plants that live for 2.
Warsaw, Brandon.
Perennials. Perennials.
Perennials, correct. This document is given as official permission by a foreign country to visit that country.
Warsaw, Brandon.
Visa.
Yes, it's the correct answer. The name planetoids is synonymous with what other term from a...
Warsaw, Aaron.
Meteors.
That's incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Avon. The name planetoids is synonymous with what other term from astronomy?
Avon, Tanner.
Moon.
That's also incorrect. Asteroids, what they're looking for. Math question. Represent the following statement algebraically. 5 less than 5 times a number is equal to 5.
Avon, Brian.
5x minus 5 is equal to 5.
That's correct. Any person portrayed in a novel or play or story is called a what?
Warsaw, Emma.
Character.
Character, correct answer. Math question. The longest possible chord in a certain circle has a length of 10 feet. What's the radius of that?
Avon, Brian.
5 feet.
5 feet, correct. He votes only in the case of a tie. He is not a member of the Senate.
Avon, Brian.
Vice President.
Vice President. What gas is given off during the respiration of whales and porpoises?
Warsaw, Brandon.
Carbon dioxide?
Carbon dioxide, correct. Math question. 4 forklifts can move a store of material in 12 hours. How long will it take 6 forklifts to move the same store of material, provided they all work at the same rate?
Warsaw, Mickey.
10 hours?
That's incorrect. Repeat the question for Avon. 4 forklifts can move a store of material in 12 hours. How long will it take 6 forklifts to move the same store? Yes. Rachel?
18. 18.
18 is an incorrect answer. Okay. Our unofficial score at this time, Warsaw 310, Avon 320. We're going to take a short break and confirm that score.
The Livingston, Steuben, Wyoming BOCES, serving 12 school districts in the beautiful Genesee Valley, can indeed be compared to a supermarket of educational values. It is an agency founded on the principle of cooperative action among local and state educators, as well as community members who believe that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. BOCES is governed by a Board of Education elected by members of the local school boards. The board, working with the district superintendent of schools, ensures that the BOCES provides the most beneficial services for schools, school administrators, teachers, and general staff. Local school superintendents look to BOCES to provide a cost-effective, efficient delivery system and innovative approaches to educational programs. BOCES supplies the vehicle that enables school districts to share services and resources which they could not afford on an individual basis. This same vehicle is also used to facilitate community programs. The Livingston, Steuben, Wyoming BOCES is indeed your supermarket for educational values. We offer the latest educational services tailored to your specific needs, and we're getting better all the time. We want to work with you to enhance the educational opportunities of our local schools and community in the most efficient and cost-effective way possible.
You'll be surprised at how inexpensive quality education can be. So what are you waiting for? Try us.
And it's now official. The final scores in today's match: Warsaw Central 310, Avon Central 320. And I'd like to congratulate the teams and their coaches for such a fine performance today.